What do you think, Kool-Aid Man? Would you buy one of these? Say it with me. Oh yeah, that's right. We are gonna make this Apple Watch ad effect complete with rain and an ink Luma mat. Here we go. I got it going in Adobe Express, and there's a group with a rain layer on top. And I do the desaturation washed out effect with 2 layers. And then outside of that group is the ink Luma mat that makes everything underneath it kind of ink on screen, bleed, wash on screen. Okay, let's do it. So get a Apple Watch image, add the word wrist to your search, and maybe sort by tools size large. Check. I found this image from The Verge that I used, so I'm going to drag mine out. Okay, and then I'm going to make a new Adobe Express square aspect ratio file and drag it in. I rotated mine last time, but I'm just going to live with it like this. All right, so there's the watch, and I want to duplicate it, so see if ... works. It doesn't. You could hit reload. I'm going to hit Command D and then position them on the left column and the right column so they're on top of each other. And then I'm going to desaturate the top layer by going to Adjust and dragging down the saturation slider. You could add a grayscale effect. You could adjust contrast, but all right, so now we want the bottom layer that has the color to be revealed inside the watch like they do in the Apple Watch ads. So top layer selected, erase, quick select, and then paint around the watch to get all the colorful pieces back. And try not to make the wrist or fingers colorful. So something like that. You can make yours a little better. Make sure your button's shiny. Okay, so done with that. I could hit restore to see how I did. Looks like I did pretty good, so done. And now we got the washed out, desaturated, saturated look effect. So let's add some text while we're here. You could add a logo. You know, Apple adds their shape of their Apple logo, but I'm just going to go to text and add some text really quick. You could, I'm just going to do sans serif like they have in the ads. I think Microsoft is the top one, but you can choose any, or you can go Google the ad Apple actually uses and upload it after you download it. So that's kind of nice. I'm just going to do all caps by me. Triple click, double click, BUY, space. All right, and then triple click it again and change the text color to white. I think I added, first it's better to resize it so you can actually see what it's going to look like once you get it. And somewhere right there is fine. You could add a little thickness, like a stroke of white if you want to increase. That's fine. You can play with the sliders. So, okay, so we got some nice looking white text on top of our 2 layers that we're using for the image. So let's make it rain, right? So media and videos. You could do bubbles. Like sometimes, you know, if you want to be a rugged person, you need the Ultra Watch because you can go scuba diving and run in snow, rain, any element. Okay, I think here I'm looking for rain. And I just want the drop, so something like this one. Let's see if I click it, it should pop up, and I'm going to minimize that view. I'm going to adjust it. The grays kind of add a color shift, so I'm going to increase the contrast and then increase the highlights to make the brights brighter and the shadows darker. So we got less of a gray effect, or less gray color in the image. Drag the top and bottom nibs so they snap into place, and then change the blend mode of the layer. Get out of media and opacity, screen, and then hit play. So that's pretty cool in and of itself, right? That's kind of like what Apple does in their ads. You could slow the rain down if it's a little too fast. Let's see, do I want to... Yeah, it only goes 50. Oh well, I'm just going to leave it. Okay, so next we want to group all of this. So Command A, make sure you can't click on the top layer and then shift click on the bottom, which I don't know why you can't, but someday you will be able to. So Command A to select all, then group in the contextual taskbar, and then add your Luma mat. Right, so Premiere Pro calls these Luma mats. Media, if you search Luma mat, you could search transition, but you could search smoke if you know what you're going for. Luma matter, no R in Luma mat. And it's just kind of like if you want the effect to be painted on or to be splatter on, you can kind of sort of scroll through these. But I like this ink effect. So I'm going to click on the ink effect, I'm calling it, and then I'm going to drag the top nib up and the bottom nib down till it snaps. And you can't invert to swap black and white. You can flip it with position if you want to try to flip it, but a little frustrating. So I want to change the blend mode under opacity to screen, and then put the time at time 0, hit play. Maybe I need to adjust my timing here. Where's my edit timeline? My video, I want to go from the beginning. Hit spacebar. Yeah, there we go, we got it. So the ink effect is only 10 plus seconds. So I'm going to trim everything down to kind of get it so it's the same as that by hitting minus and then trim everything down. Maybe let my playhead snap into place there. It doesn't snap. So let's trim everything down. There we get a snap. And a 10.8 seconds looks like what it wants. And then we should be good to go on the download. I guess I could move the playhead at the beginning and hit spacebar play one last time, and it's like the rain is washing the ad visible. Yeah, so let's do GIF, high quality. Okay, let's drag our download to the desktop. Let's open a new tab. Let's chuck the GIF in. What do you think, Kool-Aid Man? Can you give a big thanks to Adobe for giving us blend modes, Luma mats, quick select? Oh yeah.